communication between the team is face to face. Does it mean that was it not there before Agile? Agile has come into picture 2001. Was it not there, face-to-face communication? We are emphasizing, we are reiterating the importance of face-to-face communication, isn't it? Documents work. We tell about talk more, write less. Now people ask me when I was coaching, can you tell me how much documentation I need to do it? You have to figure out. It could be 1 page, it could be 10 pages, right? Like that you have to. And the last one, if you look at it, at regular intervals, that related to inspect and adapt. That means whatever way Agile or Scrum is related to iterative and incremental, right? Iterative means cyclic way. Incremental means you are building on top of the existing stuff. So you always have to inspect and adapt. We call it as an empirical process. We stop somewhere at the end of regular intervals, which we call it as a sprint, and then we see how we are doing. Are we good? Where are we? Need to improve. What are the ways to improve? So you do that, you will become slowly high-performing skills. For that, you need to develop the cross-functional skills, self-organizing, right? Technical excellence, all these things you are required. Any questions?
You talk about number 10.
Okay, good. It says, simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount of work not done is essential. So some people raised the question, is it correct or not? What do you think? What does it mean really for you?
Focusing on not done.
Okay, I ask you a question. How many of you are using MS Word? MS Word, Microsoft Word. I see everybody raise hands. How many features are there? Maybe 200. How many we use? 10. So, there is a concept called cost of change. Have you ever heard about cost of change? Yes. What is cost of change? The cost you need to incur to implement a change. Even though you are using just 10 or 15 features, you have 150 features. When you are building the application, compiling the application, all these things you need to take care. It's a waste, right? So focus more on what is really required. Focus on that. So it is not just related to the requirements. Just-in-time design, we call it as design. Don't focus on, okay, I need to do something in the 10th sprint, then you are in the first sprint. Don't focus on that. Progressive elaboration, right? That is what is called simplicity. Art of maximizing the amount of work not done is essential.
There is something related to optimizing the resources.
Exactly. What customer needs, focus on that and do it right. Right? Again, related to principle number 1. All these are not discrete values or discrete principles. They are related in a way. Right?
So you're always, it's like this thing called the 80-20 rule. You're always going to find.
To the customer, yeah, almost done, but not done. I'm very struggling. I was struggling to understand that definition of almost. So, when I entered into Agile, what we know? Done means done. There is nothing in between. Done means done. Please go back and read principle number 1, 7 and 9. Number 1, number 7, number 9, which is our highest priority is to satisfy the customer with early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Working software is the primary measure of progress. Continuous attention to technical excellence enhances agility. Now let me drive through the definition of done. How many words are there? 2 words, definition of done, right? Off is anyway. You know about done. Now what is definition? Can we consider it as a criteria or a set of guidelines that help you to identify if something can be considered as done or not? Right? Why do we need it? Why do I need a definition of done as a development team? What is the objective of a Scrum team, especially the development team? Rapid value delivery at the end of every sprint, potentially shippable product increment, When can you say it is potentially shippable product increment? When it has the expected quality. What do you mean by quality? Successful delivery of expected value, in my opinion, is quality. Agree or not? Successful delivery of expected value, right? Now, how does it help? Definition of done. What is the significance of definition of done? First of all, who will build it? In the Scrum team, who builds it? Dev team. Who owns it? Dev team. But they may collaborate with the product owner, right? Let me ask you a question. When can you say you are done with CSM? What is the criteria? Is that the only criteria? You should have 2 days of training and an examination, and then your results should say pass. These are some criteria. Now, you want to go to US. What could be the done criteria? Okay. Valid visa, you have ticket, boarding pass, you catch right flight, and you landed where you want to land it, and then you can say, I'm done. Right? Yes or no? So if you want to apply the same concept to the software development, how does it help? How does it help? To deliver valuable software to the customer, principle number 1. To measure the progress, principle number 7. Giving attention to the technical excellence so that you will make your definition of done stronger, 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 and stronger. Right? Are we building the product right versus are we building the right product? What is the difference? Who decides are we building the right product? Who decides are we building the product right? Using which? Definition of done, right? So they define the definition of done. Can you tell me what could be the criteria for a software development product? You are doing a product, for example. Now you are working in a sprint. Now you have a definition of done for the sprint. What criteria you could include in that? All my acceptance tests must pass. My first criteria. Who is giving you the acceptance test? Good. My code should have been reviewed. At least 75% functionality should be automated. No severity, 0 defects found in the testing. Required documentation is created. Maybe these 5 or 6 criteria. Now, is it static or dynamic? Static for the sprint. So, when will you inspect and adapt? In the retrospective, as a Scrum Master, please write down whatever I am saying now. As a Scrum Master, I help my team to define their definition of done. Help in the sense, you don't tell them what is the criteria. You ask them some questions. Do you think something is missing there? Right? Coach, as a coach, you need to ask. Next one, as a Scrum Master, I encourage my team to improve the definition of done. Product owner should learn in front of the mirror is no. What is it? Principle number 10, simplicity, art of maximizing the amount of work not done is essential. So he should know the value perspective. Now, so we have a backlog. Yes.
There could be an idea database in an organization versus a backlog. Right?
Your idea is your vision coming from, and then your.
It's like you will get a lot of ideas from flows.
Yes.
Like
For
you
product.
have a database
Correct.
of innovation or whatever ideas that you are coming.
For the product, not entire organization. We are talking about our product.
For our product,
yes,
right? You will extract the ideas that will actually are relevant for our product and put that into backlog, right? Who needs to do, right? So, is that product owner who will bring those ideas into product backlog?
Yes, the question is, there might be a lot of ideas coming in, and who will bring into the product backlog? It is not necessarily to be product owner. Today morning, I got a brilliant idea. I don't know where I got the idea. I want to be part of the product backlog. I can directly go and add it to the product backlog. Yes. Now, product owner will see, he might ask me a question. Vijay, why do you think it is required? I should be able to convince him with the value perspective. If I am not able to, he'll say, you know what, I'll keep it in the bottom.
You will have an innovation database, right? There will be one role who will be playing that, organizing those things and bringing that into your backlog.
Yes.
Right? So that is.
Now I may have items like this. Right? Now what can you visualize from this diagram? I see some of the items here very small, and items in the bottom are very large. Why is it so? What is your principle number 1? Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer with early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Can you deliver this early? Principle number 1, right? So that means, does it mean that always I will have smaller one on the top, always in the bottom bigger one? Need not be. I may have a FAQ question, which is a very small text change, but not important now. Maybe after 3-4 sprints. I don't want to put it here. I may want to put it here. So the bigger one is called epic, right? Epic means the bigger backlog items. In the Scrum language, we call it as PBIs, product backlog items. So when you have epic, what do you mean by epic really? Bigger. How bigger?
It adds value to a particular function.
How much bigger? I may not be able to deliver in one sprint. That's bigger for me. Right? Because your principle number 1 violates. What is the objective of a Scrum team? Rapid value delivery at the end of every sprint continuously. Right? Sustainable pace. So if I think it is bigger, what do I do? Okay, good. Break into smaller one. Let's see later. Now, there are 2 concepts. One is this, and one is this. For those who cannot read this from the back, value, size. I, as a product owner, will ensure that the value proposition is mentioned. You, as a dev team, will tell me what would be the size. Right? Is there a relationship? Is there a relationship? No, yes? Okay, I may have same size, $200, $700. Which one you will pick up? Why? This is size, this is value. So same size, different value, right? Same value, different size. Which one you will pick up? Why? Can be done faster, our highest priority, same thing, right? So you need to collaborate heavily. Please remember, heavily. Product owner and the dev team. So how do they define the size? This is size. This is value. How do they define the size? So many factors. I may consider complexity, I may consider uncertainty, I may consider what kind of work involved. It's a collaborative effort again, right? So, these two factors are not related, right? But they help the product owner to put either here or here. So, you understand that all the items on the product backlog, top side, will be more granular, more valuable, more important. The items that are on the bottom of the product backlog, less granular, low valuable, not that high priority. Sorry? Could be, yeah. I don't know. See, the reason is, when I add this item, I'm a product owner. Guys, you know what? I want to do user management. Now you as a development team ask me, can you tell me when do you want to do that? Maybe 2 months down the line. We don't discuss. Even I, as a product owner, I don't know what is that user management. Now, when I go into the sprint, at some point of time, I might say you know what? This user management needs to be done in the next sprint. Then what do? Can you tell me what does it mean? Okay, I want to add a user. I want to delete a user. I want to edit. I want to sort. I want to search. So many other things. Okay, let's get into the details. The product backlog refinement, which is an activity that helps you to elaborate, right? Which is called progressive elaboration. What do you mean by progressive elaboration? Going into the sprints, when you go top, the items bigger will get more details. Now let me ask you a question. If you turn this product backlog, it is like this now, right? If you turn like this, that means the cone is here, the border is here. If you want to map to the timeline, this part will be either current sprint or next sprint.